If you think only Area 51 is associated with aliens, think again. Because they have been found flying above shores and seas.
Bam! What is that?
Invading the depths and building an underwater base. Don't believe it? So join us to watch the craziest UFO sightings that will shock you to the core.
We're either being surrounded by friggin' UFOs.
Imagine witnessing a high-speed chase between jets and an unknown craft. People on a fishing boat saw this in the middle of the sea. 2 fighter jets flew overhead, chasing a UFO. Suddenly, the UFO dove into the water, leaving a trail of black smoke. Just after that, a helicopter arrived, flying near the area. The passengers on the fishing boat were told to leave the area. What happened next is unknown, as the authorities never shared what they found, leaving the witnesses to wonder about the strange craft. Message in the sky.
Bam! What is that?
A sailor in Puerto Madryn, Argentina, saw an incredible sight that he would never forget. Suddenly, a group of bright yellow lights appeared out of nowhere. These weren't just random lights, they formed a perfect zigzag in the sky. The sailor watched in wonder, thinking it looked like the aliens might be sending some message because a similar sighting had been reported. But what were they trying to say? He couldn't understand this sky language. Feeling a bit spooked by the mysterious sky show, the sailor decided it was time to leave.
Anybody tell me what that is?
Abduction. A tourist was enjoying the view from his hotel when something caught his eye. There, floating above the port, was a perfect disc-shaped object with lights on its bottom. But that's not all. A blue beam descended from the UFO, lifting something from an open compartment. Strangely, no one can say for certain what was happening, as the video abruptly ended. Those who watched the footage claim these extraterrestrial visitors might have been involved in abduction activity, with the video serving as solid evidence. Meanwhile, authorities remained silent on the matter, deepening the mystery. Could the government be aiding these extraterrestrials in carrying out such experiments? What do you guys think? Bluray. What if your day at the beach turned into a thrilling mystery? A local guide was taking tourists along the beach when he witnessed a strange object floating above the water. At first, they thought it might be a drone, but there was no sound. As they watched, the oddly shaped craft began shining blue rays. Curious, the guide led the group closer to get a better look. But as they got near, the mysterious object suddenly went higher into the sky. Why aliens are always in a rush? Disc-shaped visitor? Tourists were enjoying their meal at a beachside hotel in the USA when their evening was interrupted by a strange sound filling the air. Curious, they all looked up to find its source. Suddenly, a disc-shaped object appeared from the seaside. It moved slowly around the hotel's pier, giving the onlookers a clear view. As quickly as it had appeared, the disc-shaped UFO left the area, leaving behind a group of excited tourists with an unforgettable vacation story to tell. UFOs Revisit. Posted by an anonymous user on Instagram, this video claimed to have captured some UFOs that were first captured some 450 years back. This video showed strange UFOs hovering in the sky before disappearing into the fog. Unlike the typical flying saucers, the UFOs had an uncanny shape, just like a huge leaflet. This shape resembles those reported by numerous people in Nuremberg back in 1561, which added to the mystery of the event. So aliens have been on Earth for many years, but now they often visit to see us. Massive alien ship. An unusual sighting at the beach created chaos when people saw an alien spaceship coming out of the water. It rose smoothly near the deck, showing a tire-shaped bottom with powerful jets of water being expelled, creating a misty spray around it. Even though it was wet, it hovered above water without effort, showing off very advanced technology. The yellow light near the mount was indicating its operational status. It's clear that aliens have mastered vehicle design, effortlessly parking their ships underwater and making quite an impression. Bright UFOs. As the sun set over a beach, a visitor's evening took an unexpected turn. Just as she was getting ready to leave, she looked up and saw two bright UFOs silently hovering in the sky. One of them came very close, showing a big, glowing orb in the center, surrounded by 5 smaller glowing orbs. The massive saucers tilted and moved up, fading into the open sky. She was amazed by the sight as the UFOs quickly flew away into the sky, leaving her with a memory she would never forget. Puzzling sight.
What is that strange object in the sky? It's huge. It's silver.
In North Carolina, a man spotted an odd object staying still in the sky while swimming. It wasn't a bird or a plane, but a flat, shiny silver disc. The object didn't move at all, which made the guy suspicious of its origin. The guy felt scared, but he kept looking at the strange disc, wondering what it could be. However, he was sure it wasn't something of our world, and posted the clip online where many netizens agreed with the guy saying it was a UFO. But the truth turned out to be something else, when someone revealed that it was actually a blimp, a small airship used for advertising. People still were convinced, and the man surely will never forget his encounter with the flying object.
Were you convinced this was a UFO?
There was nothing like that I'd ever seen.
Undetectable UFO Squadron. Miami residents were surprised to see a group of unknown objects flying through the sky. Led by a larger craft, the fleet moved in perfect formation without any logical explanation. As word spread, people hurried to report the sighting to the authorities. But despite their advanced technology, there's been no word on the bizarre sight. The fleet continued its flight, with the lead craft being the last to disappear, leaving behind puzzled witnesses. Light beam. Near a Florida beach, a man standing by the road noticed a strange phenomenon. He was filming the stormy sky when suddenly, a small beam of light moved quickly through the air. At first, he thought it was a weird lightning bolt. But as he kept watching, he realized it was something else entirely. The beam moved with purpose, like a solid object flying at an incredible speed. The man stood still, wondering if he had just seen a UFO or some other unexplained flying object that had briefly appeared in the turbulent Florida sky. Giant sparking. On March 17th, 2024, a routine evening of a local in rural Mexico turned into an unforgettable one. Looking up, he was surprised to see a huge UFO in the sky, giving off bright sparks of light. It made a deep, strange sound as it hung still in the air. After hovering in the sky for a while, it slowly went down behind a nearby hill. Perhaps the lights were damaged and flickering, so the pilot decided to land behind the hill to make repairs. Twinkling skylights. You might have heard of strange things happening in the sky, but a fisherman saw something he could hardly believe. A dim light appeared above him and slowly grew brighter. Then another light showed up, followed by a third, all hanging still in the sky like they were watching over the world below. Then the lights began to twinkle, like stars. Just as they had appeared, the lights started to vanish one by one, leaving the sky clear once again. The fisherman was left with questions about the nature of these strange twinkling visitors. Fisherman's surprise.
We're either being surrounded by friggin' UFOs.
As a fisherman was heading back home, passing by a group of Coast Guards, but his trip took a sudden turn when strange sounds filled the air. Looking back, the fisherman was shocked to see the sky lit up with a group of lights. Seeing these, he quickly sped up his boat, desperate to get away from them. It just kept floating there, putting on a light show. Maybe it was an aerial drill by otherworldly beings. Nobody could figure it out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Teleporting light. While working in his field by the river, a man saw a strange sight in the sky. A bright, glowing ball with a yellow light floated slowly overhead, carrying a disc underneath. The odd object moved gently, like a balloon in the wind. Suddenly, the disc vanished, only to show up high in the sky moments later. He was amazed as the glowing ball seemed to go into the disc. He wondered if he had just witnessed an alien craft teleporting, disguised as a glowing balloon. Now, this is again proof that aliens might be among us, as we remain clueless. Beeping triangle. One evening, a man's peaceful time on the deck turned into an extraordinary experience. A beeping sound drew him to the water's edge. As he approached, he encountered something beyond his wildest dreams. The still water suddenly bubbled up, and a triangle-shaped object emerged from beneath the surface. The craft hovered silently in the air, defying gravity. Its underside had bright lights at each corner, and a pulsing red light glowed at its center. This was no ordinary sea creature, but a piece of advanced technology far beyond anything he had ever seen. Before he could fully grasp the sight, the triangle shot upwards with incredible speed and vanished. Underwater stalker. Two fishermen were returning home after a successful day at sea near Puerto Rico when they noticed a strange blue glow beneath the water. The light appeared suddenly and started following their boat. As it moved closer, the fishermen observed the light growing brighter, illuminating the water around them. As the glow approached, the shadow of a human-like figure became visible underwater, right next to their boat. The figure swam alongside for a moment before hitting the boat, causing a noticeable impact. The fishermen continued their journey with a mysterious encounter, leaving the identity of the creature unknown. USO. In the year 2000, a Venezuelan diver spotted a glowing, fast-moving object, unlike anything he had seen before. He captured this mysterious sight on video, but the footage vanished for years. Recently, the video reappeared online, sparking curiosity. Now people are left wondering what might be hidden beneath the waves near the Bermuda Triangle. Was it an alien that the military and marine officials were hiding from the world? Reality will not stay hidden for a long time. Triangle UFO.
Sun's rays are all parallel. They're all the same angle, like that helicopter angle.
In 2018, at a US military base, a surprising event occurred. An officer was about to take off from the deck when he noticed a strange triangle-shaped object there. He immediately reported to seniors, but the UFO vanished. However, camera footage from the tower clearly showed the triangle-shaped UFO there. The military reviewed radar data but found no trace of the object. Maybe aliens got confused in the landing place and mistakenly landed at the military base. Odd ocean beam.
Yeah, that's how you record it. You know we witnessing something.
As night was falling, a local boater was heading home when an odd sighting made him stop. A super bright light was shining from under the water. At first, he thought it might be a scuba diver, but then he realized no diver would be out here alone in the dark. The light was so bright and weird, it had to be something else. As the sky got darker, the underwater glow seemed even brighter. The boater couldn't help but wonder, what kind of out-of-this-world beings could be down there, lighting up the sea? River ghost. A man was sitting by the river, but then he noticed an odd movement in the water. From the water, a strange figure emerged, unlike anything he had ever seen. At first, the creature seemed human-like, sitting, but then its hands merged with its body in an unusual way. For a moment, it felt as if two worlds had suddenly collided. The old stories about the river ghost were once dismissed as legends, suddenly felt very real. Glowing waves in Encinitas. In Encinitas, California, a beach security camera caught something really weird on video. At first, the waves looked normal, but then, one side of them started glowing with a strange light. The glow stayed until the waves reached the shore. Then something even stranger happened. The light flew up into the sky as little dots before disappearing completely. A guard uploaded the video online, but it was quickly taken down. This made people wonder what was being hidden. Soon, folks were talking about strange underwater happenings and secret cover-ups along the coast. Cockpit sighting. Have you ever seen a mysterious light in the sky that left you questioning reality? While flying high over the North Pacific Sea, a commercial flight's co-pilot noticed bright red lights. He watched as the glowing object moved and changed brightness. Passengers on the plane came up with different suggestions. Some thought it might be arrays of red LED lights used by fishing trawlers to attract specific types of fish, while others believed it could be a message from outer space. Aerial encounter. An unexpected sight amazed a sailor exploring the waters of Alaska's Glacier Bay National Park and Reserve. He noticed an unusual dome-shaped object floating just above the water's surface as he navigated his boat. Flat on the bottom with a rounded top, the object looked like it was from another world. It appeared that aliens had an underwater base and wanted to get into it, but changed their mind as the sailor spotted it and started to move away. The sailor couldn't help but wonder what that object was and how it operated to fly over the glacier. Flying saucers.
Bro, look at these clouds.
A group of fishermen in the Gulf of Mexico thought it would be just another day until the sky turned strange. As they cast their lines, thick clouds suddenly covered the sky. Among these clouds, there were some unique circular openings with well-defined edges, creating a striking contrast against the surrounding cloud cover. Through these openings, the clear blue sky was visible, making the formations stand out even more, leaving the fishermen confused and unsure of what they were seeing. There were several flying saucers just above their boat. Maybe the fishermen were closer to the unknown than they realized, so next time, you better be careful when out in the ocean.
Bro, look at these clouds.
Strange octopus. A tourist in Mexico was in for an unusual surprise as he made his way back to his hotel one evening. Before he could cross the road, he saw a strange sight above the hotel. There was a dark, shadow-like octopus saucer with glowing red eyes and very large tentacles. It floated quietly through the air, its creepy arms moving with the air, trying to balance. It appeared as if the pilot was losing control of the spaceship. Next time you're by the beach, watch the surroundings and look up. You might not believe what you see. Sea serpent. In June 2018, a beachgoer at Ballston Beach, Massachusetts, returned to the shore to collect his forgotten belongings. While alone on the shore, he heard a loud noise from the sea. Suddenly, a creature with scales and a dragon-like face emerged from the water. The man recognized it as a sea serpent. The creature, at first unaware of his presence, quickly dove back into the depths when it noticed him. Are these mysterious sea creatures returning, but trying to avoid human contact? Flying boat.
The beach, Guillermo has managed to capture on his camera an optical illusion known as Fata Morgana.
Talk about an out-of-this-world sailing trip. A janitor was cleaning the beach when something caught his eye. Up in the sky, a boat was flying. Amazed by the sight, he shared his experience online, and many people online were quick to agree, thinking it must be some kind of unexplained phenomenon. However, the truth was less mysterious, but equally fascinating. The flying boat was actually an optical illusion called a Fata Morgana. It happens due to the temperature inversion and causes light to bend as it passes through the different air layers, making the boat appear to hover above the water.
Typically, the temperature of the air gets cooler as you go from the ground upwards.
Vanishing blue orb. Ready for a beach day surprise? On May 10th, 2024, a beachgoer in California got more than just a tan. A bright blue ball floated above the waves, shining so strong he could see it from far away. Curious, he grabbed his camera for a better look. As the man watched, the blue orb slowly drifted off. It got smaller and smaller until it disappeared completely. It appeared as if aliens were done with some sunbath, and it was their time to return home. The beachgoer wondered about the blue visitor that lit up his day at the shore. UFO laser encounter.
Oh, here's another one right here.
Under the clear night sky at Big Bear Lake, California, a group of campers enjoyed the stars, but they noticed one star that seemed out of place. Upon closer inspection, they realized it was not a star, but a UFO hovering silently above them.
Flying right over our heads.
Curious, one camper decided to shine a laser at the craft to see what would happen. The result was shocking. The moment the laser touched the UFO, it moved away at incredible speed, as if surprised by the light.
Pointing it right at them. Flying right over our heads.
Underwater signal.
About to go live on this. There's fucking aliens coming out of the water right now, right here.
A resident was shocked when he noticed a mysterious light coming from the ocean floor, making a spooky glow on the water's surface. Directly above this underwater light, a perfect triangle floated in the sky, as if the two were linked. He wondered if the underwater light was trying to send a message to the triangle in the sky.
It's right there. Oh my god, there's something in the water, guys!
Suddenly, a bright flash of light came from the sky, decreasing visibility. When his vision cleared, both the triangle and the underwater glow had vanished, leaving only questions about what he had just seen.
The beach right here in Miami right now, guys. We're about to go live on this. There's aliens coming out of the water right there.
Tic Tac UFO. On June 21st, 2021, beachgoers at the Bermuda Peninsula were preparing to leave as storm clouds gathered. Suddenly, they spotted a small object hovering in the darkening sky. When it came closer, they saw that it was not an ordinary airplane, but a capsule-type flying object. It hovered above the beach for a while, as if it was examining the area. And although no signals were emitted from it, the object suddenly sped up and vanished after realizing that the people on the beach were watching it. Vanishing UAP. In 2013, a person enjoying a day at the beach in Croatia heard a noise like a plane. This was odd because planes weren't supposed to fly there. Curious, they looked up to see what was making the sound, but instead of a plane, they saw a black triangle zipping through the sky. It moved super fast, way quicker than any normal aircraft. Even weirder, it seemed to come right out of the water before zooming upwards and moving above the water for a few seconds. It looks like visitors from another world have permanently taken control of our beaches. black object sighting. On March 8th, 2024, an unusual event occurred at General Carrera Lake in Chile. A boatman noticed a black object hovering just above the water. At first, he thought the object was nothing but a balloon, but as he looked closer, it turned out to be a UFO. The unidentified object remained floating above the lake, its purpose unknown. The sighting caught the attention of beach guards, who witnessed the mysterious object hovering over the water. While the reason for the UFO's presence remains a mystery, the event is sure to be remembered for years to come. Jumping anomaly. As the sun was setting, a tourist at the beach decided to film the pretty view. While looking through their camera, they noticed something weird in the water and zoomed in for a closer look. Suddenly, a creature leaped out of the waves. It had a tail and looked like a monkey. It kept popping up and diving back down without making any splashes. It could be a new species yet to be discovered, while others think it might be a playful seal with an unusual appearance. Glowing underwater visitor. A group of friends were enjoying a boat trip under the stars. As they talked and took pictures, someone noticed a strange glow under the water. A bright blue object was moving slowly below, with a thin white line making patterns across its surface. The friends were shocked as the glowing object drifted closer to their boat. Suddenly, the blue light dimmed, and the white line faded. After a while, the visitor went underwater. For sure, aliens are building some secret base camps there and are in a mood for war with us. Shattered skydiver. A man by the river saw something amazing in the sky. A black UFO zoomed across, then suddenly dropped super fast. With a huge splash, it crashed right into the lake. The impact was so strong, it looked like the UFO broke into pieces. It appeared the pilot lost control of the spaceship and landed accidentally. Aliens need to have some driving lessons for sure. Whatever it was, this UFO certainly made a big splash. Ghostly encounter. On March 16th, 2023, a man in León, Mexico, took a shortcut to avoid a traffic jam. This choice led to a chilling experience he would never forget. As he drove down the quiet back road, he saw a dark figure hovering high above. The figure looked like something straight out of a horror movie, a ghostly presence hanging over the empty road. The driver held his breath as the entity moved past his car, thankfully without incident. He drove on, shaken by the encounter. Titanoboa sighting. A relaxing day at the beach turned terrifying when a beachgoer spotted a giant creature which he first mistook as an oarfish, but it was moving differently, more like a snake. Soon he realized that it was a giant black snake, known as Titanoboa. Titanoboa is an extinct species of snake that lived approximately 58 million years ago, when most reptiles disappeared from the oceans. Everyone at the beach wondered how such a prehistoric creature could still exist today. Some even speculated it might be a surviving member of the species. Winged shadow. Have you ever looked up at the sky and seen something beyond belief? A man did. On August 5th, 2018, a man in Ilios, Greece noticed a strange shadow forming in the sky. As he focused, the shadow turned into a huge creature with large wings, hovering quietly over the town. He watched as the creature covered the sky with its massive shape. Then suddenly, the creature began to change. Its solid form started to fade, turning into smoke, and soon it vanished from sight. Could this be the legendary dragon sighting, or some monster trying to take place? Any guesses? Sky Portal UFO. Can the sky hide portals to other worlds? Of course, yes. A traveler witnessed this at a beach. A UFO appeared suddenly, entering the sky from one point and existing from another. A long, thin beam appeared in the sky, tracing the UFO's path. It was dark at the bottom, stretching upwards to what looked like a hole in the sky itself. The UFO zoomed along this path, disappearing into the strange opening. As it vanished, the line was still visible for a while, and after a spark of light, it also disappeared from sight. Shape-shifting ship. On September 25th, 2016, a boatman had an unsettling encounter with a mysterious ship. It looked like an ordinary cargo ship at first, but as he watched, the ship began to change in impossible ways. The ship seemed to move in reverse, with its shape constantly shifting. Its cargo transformed, becoming towering and strange. Suddenly, the entire ship turned into a shadowy form before the boatman's eyes. Curious, he posted the video online claiming that aliens might be invading with a shape-shifting ship. However, before theories could go more wild, experts explained this sight was created by mirage, a phenomenon where the refraction of light causes the image of an object to appear distorted or displaced. So don't worry, guys, no alien invasion this time. It's time for today's open discussion. In September 2003, a surprising video from the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa popped up on the internet and grabbed everyone's attention. The beach tower camera captured a mysterious object hovering right above the water. It was a flying saucer that stayed still for a short time, and then, in the blink of an eye, zoomed away. After it left, the view was clear again, as if nothing had ever been there. This has led to speculation about whether aliens are monitoring South Africa, and if so, what their interest in the region might be. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.